Hello, everybody, and welcome to Down to Earth Podcast. Yes, I said it. Down to Earth
With a two.
Podcast. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. I hope that you guys are in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. Hope he's in a good mood.
I'm in a great mood, baby.
See, that's what I'm talking about. He always got to one up that bar a little bit. That's what I like to see. But how are you, brother? How's it going?
Parch. Just gulped 18. Got the little gold polo on today. No, I'm good. Busy weekend. Got all my shopping done. Started meal prepping early this time so I could enjoy my Sunday a little bit.
What you eating? Chicken, rice?
Chicken, rice. I got some new
chicken
stuff.
Kiev, maybe?
Oh, they didn't have any, bro. They didn't have any chicken Kievs. I love my chicken Kievs, though. Pasta.
Okay.
I'm big on pasta lately.
Nice.
But no, I got a new cheat code. A little bit of a cheat code.
Oh, shit.
Use Saturday to get everything set up for the week, and then Sunday you literally could do whatever you want. Everybody always, do the laundry on Sunday, do this. No, bro, get it done Saturday morning when you wake up after your Friday night of partying or whatever. Do the laundry, get the shopping done, even meal prep if you got a little bit of time. Go out Saturday night, have a blast, and then Sunday, whatever you want, bro. Anything.
Nice.
And so I feel good today.
Okay.
It feels like another Saturday, low key.
Really?
Yeah.
What you gonna do tomorrow? Go to work. Like you did. But that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
What about you? You got some more major updates than me, huh?
Not really, but doing good. The weekend was good. I guess I'll just kind of dive into it and kind of just put everything out there. This month is the last month of my truck driving savings. Why is he clapping?
Okay.
So what that means, and why I'm saying that is because now it's more into action than talking, rather than
talking's the easy part, huh?
Very easy, very very easy. But now what I'm doing right now is DoorDash. I'm DoorDashing. DoorDash pretty good this weekend. Not gonna lie.
You did 2 nights or 1 night?
I did. I think Thursday, Friday, and that was it.
Were you clear about $200 each day? How many hours were you out there?
No. Actually, I wasn't even out there that long. I was probably out there all together like 5 or 6.
5 or 6? Was that the day you sent me? You made like $225?
So,
yeah. Okay.
So not saying that it's easy. So let's just slow down there, But I'm just saying that that's the, it's the goal. I'm doing. I don't want to say full time DoorDash, but like a decent amount of time DoorDash, and I'm really, really coming with creative ideas to sell more stuff on eBay. That's been the goal. So like pushing myself to do things I never did before, pushing out coupon. Like I printed out a coupon, it says my whole thing. I was like, look at this, so official, bro. But we'll dive into that later. But overall, I've been pretty good, bro. A lot of new stress has been coming about, so I can tell that I can feel the effects of that and just like being a little bit more tense, I guess. I could say that. So I guess we'll just dive right into it. And I kind of want to talk about just outside forces. So for me, I'm going down a different route, which we both know that, it's not the same from everyone else. I mean, there are people that are obviously, going down the same route as me, whatever. But so there's a lot of outside forces. And what I mean by that is that people opinions. And, everyone can say that they don't care about other people's opinions or, their point of views or whatever like that, but there are people in my life that hold very much a big chunk of value in what they say. I tend to internalize it and take it into, heart, whatever. Not that anyone's recently said anything, more or less, but I guess it's just more or less myself and my thoughts and projecting like what I would think they'll be thinking.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's big. That's big.
You know what I mean? And just not thinking, because I think recently I noticed I've been reading that book, Never Split the Difference. Very good book. But I kind of noticed something about myself is that I don't listen that well, you know what I mean? Like someone can say something for me and I don't hear the
right.
real thing in it. So
in one ear out the other type of thing.
Right.
Not taking any value out of whatever they're saying.
Exactly.
If there is any.
Correct. And that's something that took a lot for me to realize. Because I was like, because like I'm going down this path, whatever, and I hear a bunch of things and I'm just like, on page, just like, okay, all right, you know what I mean? But to get back to the outside forces, I guess I'll switch it over to you a little bit so I can hear your point of view on it. What do you think about that? And have you have any outside forces as far as like what you want to do? Like, I don't know if it's like a new thing or like people aren't doing it, like real estate and like your family, whatever,
well,
something like that. But
I'll go off of what you said a little bit. The fact that that you might be creating other people's thoughts about what they're thinking about you. But one thing I've realized in random research throughout the years and stuff that's popped up in videos that I've seen is nobody, and I mean nobody, thinks about you as much as you think that they do.
Big facts.
You're only the main character in your story.
Correct.
Everybody else has a life to live. They got their own shit going on. You know, obviously everybody's got maybe like the 1, 2, 3 people that are always informed in that circle. Me and you would be a good example of that. But it's like, man, what is my... And I really hope my uncle doesn't think this. Like, your uncle probably don't even remember that you're there. But you know what I mean? Like, if you create those false... I don't even know the word to put after that, but like people don't care. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, whether you, back to the last week, sink, swim, or float, they really don't care, and it doesn't affect their life at all.
Right.
You could go to jail tomorrow, and 99% of the people that are in your life don't care. It's not going to affect them. They're just like, oh, damn, DeMario's in jail, and it just gives them a topic of discussion.
Yeah, literally.
That they could talk about for 5 minutes, and then their alarm goes off. They got to go back to work. So nobody cares as much as you think because everybody has more shit going on than they are going to show you.
Facts.
Because if there's one thing about everybody has shit going on. And I think David Goggins said this. It's just
Shout out David Goggins.
Some people are better at hiding.
Oh yeah.
The shit that they have going on than everybody else.
No, that's a very good point. And like, I think I'm trying to make it a thing. Just to go into like the next thing is communication. So like obviously a lot of people know I'm in a relationship, and like I think what like makes relationships thrive, even if it's, you know, me and you, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, like is the communication part to it. You know what I mean? Like I think 100% this whole journey I've communicated with you every single thing, and you have given me so much value as far as point of views, as far as like thoughts, whatever. So like, you know, first and foremost, thank you for that.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
But like just throwing stuff out there and communicating. So like I'll give an example of that, and it kind of made me feel a lot better and not create what you just said, that, you know, these false beliefs or these false point of views from like other people. Like, so like it took me a lot, like I thought about it, I was like, dang, like this is the last month of my savings, so I'm like, shit, like things are gonna get like a little sticky.
Tough, right?
But then I'm like, no, like, you know, because we talked about it in another episode or something. It's your attitude towards a problem that creates the problem.
And the emotional.
Exactly.
Right.
So you know, I was hesitating to like tell like my significant other like, oh, this is the last month of my savings, and just like, you know, not even talk about it, just leave it and just like work and just do it. And I thought about that, and like, speaking of outside forces, I feel like that's another outside force of conversations that aren't being had, that should be had, and just internalizing it and thinking about all this stuff and like worrying so much of, oh, she's gonna think, you know what I mean? Right. So like creating all this different literally. So like creating all these different things when in reality all I need to do, like I put it on like every night I just write a list of what I want to do the next day, and like I wrote that, have that they talk about, it's so crazy because they talk about this in that book too, Never Split the Difference, of like people avoid those hard conversations just because they think that like there's going to be so much conflict, and it's like, well, maybe the conflict is needed in order to get to the solution. But anyway, had the conversation,
and it went totally probably not the way you thought it was going to go. It's like,
it was good. I was
okay,
like,
so we just got to work harder.
It was like, you know, like I just felt good just being able to tell it and not being like, I don't know, just like keeping it to myself. So that was pretty decent.
Well, and I'll bounce off of that too, because if you didn't do that, imagine the conversation when 2 months down the line, it's like, something like, what do you mean? I thought blah, blah, blah. And it's when you guys aren't on the same page, that's when the relationships would really start to break down. Because, I mean, I'll put myself out there. The number one leading factor to most of the relationships ending was a lack of communication on my part, because, you know, goes back to that wolf. Hey, chill out. No, chill out.
Let's take a break and No, go ahead.
I'll break that down a little bit because it kind of plays into that lone wolf thing, right? When, in my head, I don't need help. I don't want help. There's no need to drop the shield down. Let's just live our lives, right? You bring whatever to the table. I bring whatever to the table. I would rather keep all my stuff behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And but in reality, how are you supposed to grow in a relationship if you're just taking everything at face value and you're not seeing the deeper connection or emotional attachment of pretty much any situation going on?
Talk to him, Jay. I'm not saying that when you say it. But no, real. I like that. What else I gonna say?
I still struggle with that now. Even like random, I don't want to admit that I'm doing something wrong.
Well, yeah.
I want to take everything head on myself and, just see me come out on the other end super successful with my $100 million. I don't want to have anybody see the struggle. And
I would say to bounce off that and to relate to what you said about the lone wolf, I'll go into the lion aspect of it.
Ugly.
Is I think my thing is that I try to put a lot of stuff on me and basically I'll just use this analogy, hoop,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll throw all this stuff on me and be like, oh, I gotta do this, and be like, all right, yeah, let's go. In reality, like you said, that's another good
There's
point.
No need to.
There's no need to.
You're making yourself emotionally drained. You're draining everything.
That too, and I heard this quote that you should use your weakness to your advantage, as long as you know it. So I think a weakness of mine is I always try to put a lot of stuff on me and myself and try to get done myself. In reality, I can break stuff down and be like, hey, listen, could you help me with this, or could you do this part of it, X, Y, and Z, and this and that. So I don't know, getting to these moments where things are I guess not not sure, not clarified, I guess. I get into these moments of oh, it's me against the world. In reality, I don't need to do that.
But then if you don't end up answering that call, then do you end up pushing it off? I don't need your bullshit, your bullshit, your bullshit. It's
wait,
oh
what
no,
do you mean?
because you say you put all that stuff on you, and then it's fourth quarter clutch time. But then if you don't clutch it, how do you move that off and just say, because you're not just taking it all oh, I failed, it's all on me. Is there a part of you that's
no,
oh, I shouldn't have took your bullshit on, I shouldn't have took that on?
I think that's where it comes from, the outside forces of the emotional response, the emotional reaction of everything that's going on. So obviously if something doesn't go well, I'm not going to just blurt it out that this, let's just say, for instance, I made a sell on eBay that was $5,000 and then it gets returned or whatever. And I told people I made the $5,000 sale, but I didn't tell people about the return.
Yeah. That's perfect example. I mean? That's a good example, right?
I'm immediately to just be well, the return happened, you know what I mean? Because it's the thing that I'm worried about is what they're going to say and then how that's going to make me feel.
And that kind of goes into social media too, which we talk about a lot too, because if I sold something on eBay for $10,000, I'm going to post a video or a pic look what I did. The eBay business is going great, just made $10K, what'd you do today? And then a week later I get a return on it. Do you really think that anybody's going to go put a post up saying
it got returned?
I'm not all the hot shit that I posted last week. No, you're going to leave that post up there even if you don't sell it again, but the next time you do sell something, then you'll post it again. Right. So that kind of leads into that emotional side of stuff where all you see is people win. The only time you see people lose is your closest circle of people that are actually open emotionally with you. Other than that, you don't see extended family. You don't see their losses. You only see the big wins. I had a kid. I got married. I bought the house. But you don't see the 86 hours in a row where they were massively depressed and didn't know what was going on. Right.
That's facts, though. And I guess that's the goal, is just to be more vulnerable, because who knows, I guess, what can come out from that.
Yeah.
That's because, like I said, I got a lot of value from just us being in situations and having conversations and shit. So,
and I think being open off of that too, especially with random people or people in, I know that you didn't talk about this last week, but you're doing the course now for the sales stuff.
Yeah.
And you're in, I'll just throw a little piece in there, that you're in a Discord group, and that Discord group is going to be full of hundreds of people that are doing what you're trying to do. Now you could go into that two ways. You can go in you think you're good, the hot shit, blah blah blah, get your practice, do that. Or if you take the shield down and you're vulnerable and say, hey, I'm brand new to this, I really want to learn. If there's anybody that's willing to jump in, show me, you're going to get so much more value not trying
Doing
to be that Instagram millionaire, fake it till you make it, right? And same with me on the real estate end. And I've been playing poker with a group of people that are in real estate and stuff. And if I were to just be like, oh yeah, I know this, then they're not going to want to like really open up or talk because they might feel
he knows everything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my stuff's not as big as his stuff is, so I don't want to bring it up. When in reality, it's like, I want to hear what you guys are doing and how I can apply that for me to be better and make more money in real estate. Whether it's the realtors, there's a couple lenders there that work in lending. There's a couple people that work at banks or insurance and construction, and they do flips. And like, if I'm like, oh yeah, I know how to do flips. I've read 3 books, but he's actually flipped 20 properties. Who's going to have more value at the table? The guy that's actually doing it. So I think that's really big. So I hope that you do that when you hop in the Discord group.
Oh, definitely.
And like, hey, I'm brand new to this. Definitely. I'm going to take everything at face value, and I'm just going to consume and try and apply that to be the best version of myself in whatever aspect that you're doing. Whether it's, there's better ways to be a DoorDasher.
Yeah. You know what? That is so funny that you like brought that up. Like, I looked at obviously conversations that we had. You showed me to a lot of different things that I wasn't like. I would just press that dash button.
Exactly,
and that's it.
right.
Like, yeah, come on.
Like, an order isn't cool, but if you break it down, like, are you really going to want to do a $4 order to drive 16 miles?
Exactly.
You got to be smart enough to know, I'm not going to take this order. Let's go to the next one.
Right.
Let's go to the next one. And kind of like in your mind, the profitability calculator of, is my time worth what I'm getting in return? And you could apply that to DoorDash. You could apply that to everything.
Everything. I would say one of the biggest things right now with DoorDash, and even with the start of trucking. So like the start of trucking introduced me to a bunch of different habits financially, consistently. So just like counting my money, adding up all my bills and saying, okay, like getting the due dates, what's done, what needs to be paid this week, Every month there's at least 4 weeks in a month. So how I have it like broken down now, which is like, it makes things a little easier because, okay, let's say like my expenses right now, I'll just give an example. Let's just say $3,000. It's not, but let's just say that. It's like seeing that and having to make $3,000 a month from DoorDash or something, that's like intimidating. It's like you cry a little bit, but breaking it down week by week, it's like, well, okay, this week I only need $300. It's like, oh, I could do that. I guess it just creates more of a belief for yourself to be like, okay, now, you know what I mean? So like, that's a big breakdown that I've just been doing, and I think that's been helping me with doing DoorDash plus also doing the eBay thing. But like he was saying, he brought up that I'm doing sales now. Well, getting into sales, I'm not doing it just yet. So right now I joined a Discord group, paid for a course, and they're going to show me how to do the whole 9 yards, and they're going to show me how to get a job, everything, like whole 9 yards. I just have to be there and, like you said, put in the work and be vulnerable and make these connections and put my head down for a little bit. So like, all the thing I'm worried about is making the money for the bills.
That's it. That's literally
like paying off the course debt that I like got myself into, which that's another thing. So like, I would say like right now, like I'm not in like a massive amount of debt, so let's chill out first of all. But like I put myself in debt because I'm like, the ROI on this debt and the creativity that it's going to create me to like have to like push myself to do is like amazing. So like, a thing that I wanted to actually, I didn't talk to you about it, but I wanted to like bring it up a little bit, is that like when things start to get tough, okay, wait, let me put it back to this point. Like we said earlier, it's easy to say things when things are good. It's easy to say, oh yeah, we'll be fine. Or like in the beginning, when I got let go for the trucking thing, we were like, oh, now it's time to just go hard on the Amazon thing, And it was like, oh, I have this big chunk of money.
Right, so nothing has to happen right now.
You know what I mean?
You don't
So
need
it's
to
like,
make
it's easy.
Happen, right?
But like right now, it's like it's different
At the
because
it's a bad finish line. The finish line of financial.
It's the fucking like do or die, sink or swim. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, what are you gonna do? And now is the time that all that stuff you were saying, you gotta fucking show up. So what are you gonna do? And it's like, what was I going with that? It's easy to say things.
You're gonna ask me something about.
I was.
That we didn't talk about with the course
here
stuff.
It is. So like, you know, like I said, the ROI on the course thing was 100% for me. Like I felt like it was good debt for me to go into or whatever. So I wanted to ask you that usually what I see is when things start to get tough, people start to crunch things in. So what I mean by that is like start eliminating expenses, stuff like that. Like that's their productive way of going about it. So I'm kind of going a different way of saying, okay, let's not crunch things, let's expand things. What can I do to bring in more income right now? And like, how can I be creative to make a lot of sales on eBay? Like, I have a bunch of like inventory at the house. Like, those are assets. So like, how can I liquidate those like quick? You know what I mean? And like asking myself these questions and like taking actions, even if I don't even know if it's gonna work or not, and like just seeing. So I wanted to ask you, like, what's your thoughts and take on that as far as crunching things down versus like expanding and like pushing yourself?
I think you're missing one part on that, because what I would say is you crunch down on expenses, but you're opening the doors of bringing in more income. Because if you think about it, you did eliminate expenses, cancel the gym membership.
Not yet.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, okay. Well, you told me that.
I wanted to, yeah, but I haven't did it yet.
But as an example of that, or like if you know that you are eating out a lot more, like you shouldn't say, let me make more money so I can continue to eat out. I think it's going to be better to, you know, let's go grocery shopping, start cooking more at home so I can alleviate that little bit of extra money I spend. But also on the flip side of, you have the eBay, you have these other little things you're working on. You know, you got the DoorDash, which you can do at any time, at any point. You know, you got your peak hours when you want to be out there that'll make the most money. And you have this stuff with eBay. I would say that number one would be, how can I get rid of all of my inventory?
Correct.
Because then you know, then you're kind of at your bottom line of, okay, this is all the money I have. Now it's either, am I going to keep doing DoorDash? Do I have time to now go and get more stuff from stores to start selling? So I think you would want to do both. You want to crunch down on meaningless expenses. You know, it's not like you're going to the movies every weekend. You're not buying useless shit every weekend. You're not like gambling every weekend.
That would be fun. It'd be really fun.
But if your expenses are already kind of trimmed as much as they can, like even the gym, like, is that $25 a month really going to change anything?
Not really.
Exactly.
No.
But if you have 8 different subscriptions that you could cancel that'll free up $200 a month, then that would be bigger. But you're not sink or swimming because of having a gym membership.
I get you. Yeah, I get you. I like that.
You know, you don't even have a phone bill. You don't have a car payment. So it's not like you have those huge, gigantic.
I can't imagine having a car payment right now. Like I haven't had one in a while.
Me too.
Jesus.
Me too.
I mean, I would like a new car. Don't, you know what I'm saying? But, jeez. But okay. I like that point of view. I like that.
But you even sent me your, you know, your daily breakdown. Now the only thing is you have to stay
to that,
consistent to that.
Correct.
You got to break down your hours. Okay, I know when my coursework is. I know when I have my Discord calls with the group. I know when the hot hours of DoorDash are. I have my, you know, my couple hours that I need to spend with my significant other. I have the little bit of family time that I need to make sure I do. You have the shopping time. You have the food prep time. You have your sleeping time. And it's, you know, one day of not following that is when you'll end up falling into a bad mental of just a funk. That, you know, could lead into 3 weeks later, and then now you're 3 weeks behind, and now you're not in debt. Now you're broke, can't pay bills, and now it's like, you know, now you're trying to climb up the mountain instead of, you know, you're kind of just coasting right now, you know, building those blocks. You're not fighting against some unseen, you know, gambling debt, or they're going to come take the fucking house.
What's that? You showed me that dude. How much debt is he in?
Oh, the $450K?
No, there was another one that was $1 million or something. Was it 8 million or something like that?
A couple million. Yeah. You talk about they would do like the staking, the poker staking, and then they wouldn't pay him back. Yeah. Jesus,
bro, I couldn't. We were talking about it. I couldn't imagine owing someone $8 million. I make $1 million. I don't see any of it.
You don't see none of it. That's a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game for sure.
Very dangerous. So, you wrote down on here, focus and put down phone for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you.
I saw a cool video. And I would challenge anybody out there to try and do this, especially with the day and age that we live in now. It was take your phone.
Wait, where'd you see it? TikTok or like YouTube?
It might have been YouTube.
Okay.
It was put your phone on the other side of the room, right? Just go in your room or whatever, and pick a point on the wall and look at that point for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Doesn't sound like much, but in today's day and age, and I would bet that anybody else that does it is going to have They're going to be bored out of their mind. It's going to be really hard because there's no instant gratification, and you're kind of removing the dopamine just so you can maybe take a step out and say, wow, I really do at all points of the day have something coming in. I'm driving, I got to throw a video on. Like, how many people drive with no music, just the window down, listening to the outside stuff? It's always music. It's always a video. What about when you're, at home, sitting down? It's always either the TV, the phone on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever. And then you're on your phone all the way until the point when you fall asleep, and then right when you wake up, you're right back on it.
Let me see.
So I'll challenge you at 2 minutes, 120 seconds, just look at a point on the wall with nothing else going on around you, and that'll really make you wonder that you really do not have as much focus as you might think.
That's very true.
And you can maybe, use that to kind of challenge yourself to break away from some of these shackles that are controlling you and holding you from getting to the point that you might want to get to with business, work-life balance, relationships, anything. Just writing down ideas, I run into that too. Like, I'll have a YouTube video on, but it's taking my attention away from something I'm trying to do. You can't nobody could just sit in a quiet room anymore with nothing going on without losing their fucking mind.
I would say that, to expand on that point, is a thing that I start doing is like getting up in the morning and just going for a walk, not running anything, just going for a walk. And I think it was David Goggins. He said that he was talking about like people working out at the gym. He's like, yeah, it's fucking easy to work out at the gym. You got music in your fucking ear.
Oh, yeah.
Said it exactly like that, too. So I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm not going to have any music. I'm not going to read my phone. I'm just going to go for a walk. And after the walk, I'm going to play ball for like 5 to 10 minutes and just shoot the ball. And like the things that I'm like forcing myself to think about, like,
you're coming back to reality.
You know what I mean? And like there's nothing. Like, I'm like, everything out, whatever happens outside, that's what I'm freaking. And
it kind of feels weird to like.
It feels
because you're alone.
It's so weird.
Not like alone as a person, because like when you're in, say, just say the house by yourself, girlfriend's away, right? You're alone in the physical aspect, but you're gonna pull your phone out and you're surrounded by everybody else in the world, videos of other like stuff. But you put that away, and it's a whole totally different story. Then it's, oh, do I want to jump on the Xbox? Oh, let me jump on the computer. Let me throw a video on.
Hi,
right?
That's facts. That's fair.
So I challenge anybody out there, do that for 2 minutes or anything. Like you said, go for a walk with no phone, no music, play some ball, just sit there in fucking silence.
Have a little
thing. Even if you don't want to meditate, meditate has like such a negative connotation of that it consumes a lot of time. You can literally just lay in your bed with nothing going on and close your eyes for 60 seconds, and that's a form of meditation.
That's like a challenge that like I want to do, is like that.
I want to do something, yeah. I just started doing morning stretches, and that makes me feel so good, bro. Just like, not just that one when you like first get out of bed, but like actually like going stretching arms, stretching legs.
When you my fault. When you get out of bed, you do your stretch like that before you get.
I do it while I'm laying down in bed.
Bro, that shit is straight out of a movie, bro.
It is, bro. It is. But then I'll like go to the bathroom, whatever, and then I'll like stretch the legs, stretch the back, stretch the neck, arms and stuff.
That's been something like you've been doing like lately.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you feel a difference, or do you like?
Yeah, I'm not as stiff. I'm more energetic and ready to go.
Oh, really?
Not just like zombieing out the door.
Yeah.
Because even after I take a shower, I'm still tired, but the stretches really kind of gets the blood flowing a little bit.
So what, you waking up like 30 minutes before you gotta go or something
or just doing it. It only takes 2 fucking minutes.
I'm just asking, do you have like a routine or something that you do in the morning? I just stretch
that and make my bed. Yeah.
That's another good habit too, though, making a bed.
I will say this now. I have made my bed every day for probably the last 2 years in a row. And that is one of the best, most consistent things I've ever done. Never did it in high school, never did it in college, never did it anywhere. But now I feel like, and this is probably a bad attachment to have, but if I do not make my bed, I feel like something bad is going to happen that day. And I shouldn't have that attachment to it, because at the end of the day, it means nothing. But that's, I guess, whatever subconsciously I did I will not leave the house.
Without doing that.
It takes 10 seconds.
Dude, it's so funny because David Goggins coming up 3-4 times. Like, he literally said that in his speech when he won an award or something. But he was like, the first thing to do to like get some discipline is 2 things. Make your bed every single day, and to wake up early every single day. He said those are the most 2 important like disciplines that will give you that momentum to like carry into other things and like do discipline wise. So shout out to him, man.
I saw
3, 4, 5 times.
another little quote from somebody else too. That, making your bed every day ensures that you end the day on a win, no matter how bad your day is, because you're coming back to a brand new bed, and then you can reset and try again in the morning.
Yeah, I would say I'm trying to keep 3 things going. It's been making the bed, taking a cold shower after the hot shower, not just getting in there straight cold, but that and just saying what I'm grateful for and naming 5 positive things, like at the end of the day, what happened, and like keeping that going.
Nice.
And like trying to
see what that. And on the cold shower thing, I didn't know Jason. Shout out Jason, my brother. He only takes cold showers.
Savage.
And he's been doing it forever now. He only does cold showers.
Oh, really?
And at my mom's, he has a ice bath in the backyard.
Really?
Yeah. He just got a tub from a Home Depot, and he keeps a bunch of ice downstairs, and he'll jump in. He'll keep it filled with water. Maybe he'll switch it out every couple days, and he'll do ice baths.
Is it one of those portable ones, or is it like a...
No, it's like a
legit one?
It's like no, not a legit one. It's literally just a big-ass tub that's maybe like this high off the ground. You just fill it with gallons of water. You throw the ice in, let it sit for a minute, jump in, jump out.
That's decent.
He'll get a couple days of use out of it. I'll put the cover over it.
That.
Slide over. Go ahead.
Jump in his stuff every morning.
Whatever I want, too.
That's super decent. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, and he doesn't take warm showers. He only does cold showers. I'm like, bro, you're crazy.
Wow, I kind of want to do that now. Dude, I mean, the feeling that I get when they're cold is...
It's awful. I'm good.
Especially first thing in the morning, Jesus. But
okay, he said he'll jump in the ice bath in the morning and then he'll go take a shower. But the shower he'll have all the way on the coldest setting, and it feels warm because of how cold the water thing is.
I was gonna say,
but you're crazy. That is insane.
I'd probably get some, because he still does like the GS like and work stuff, doesn't he?
Carpenters Union. He's in Zarnowski.
Okay.
Yeah, Union.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even do weightlifting. He'll do all calisthenics, and he's ripped out of his mind. That cold showers, and he eats amazing.
I'm gonna have to go to his house.
Hey, see if he'll put you on a meal plan.
Jace!
Oh.
Slow. But I don't know, we kind of didn't want to make this one too long.
No,
I don't know if you had any other points or anything.
Gotcha. Strive for greatness.
Straightforward, I like it. Well, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here, commenting, sharing, liking, watching. Even if you're not doing any other stuff, just watching means a lot, and just keeping up. So thank you guys for your time. Thank you for being here.
I gotta be here. I got no choice.
He's just held against his will.
Yeah, contracts.
You guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.